Alrighty. So, hello everyone. How many people do we have here?
Hello.
Hi. All right. Just a little introduction. My name is Kami. I am a member of the student council. Um, right now, I am in my fourth semester, and I'm here to teach you guys how to use ATI and the resources that come with ATI. All right.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. So, anybody in here has any knowledge about ATI?
Nope.
No.
No, no, no. Okay. All right. Um, wait, hold on. Is this stuff is acting a bit weird right now? Where should go? Okay. Maybe is she doing the recording? All right. Okay. So let's get started. All right. So, yes, I'm here to help you guys about ATI, blah, blah, blah. ATI stands for Assessment Technologies Institute. It is a primary education source, resource, whatever you may, that schools use to teach us, nurses, because we are nurses. We're almost there. We're getting, some of us getting started, but the path is still there. The destination is still there. Okay. So, um, this is a program that is used to help us get the knowledge that we need to be able to practice. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the program HESI.
No.
All right. Well, that is also another program that nursing schools use, but I believe ATI is a bit more common now. So, when you get onto ATI, does anybody have wait, hold on. This meeting is being recorded. Okay. Yes. So when you get onto ATI, let's start with the basics. ATI.com. .com. Right. Left. And bear with me, y'all. Technology. I'm Gen Z, but I don't know tech like I'm Gen Z, so just bear with me as far as that goes. It's recording. Okay, perfect. Okay. And again, if you guys have any friends that you feel as though could really benefit from this, you would be doing a big service to send them the link, let them know that we're doing this. Um, all right. There might be another one in June. Huh? Another one might be in June. Another one might be in June. Oh, in June? Okay, all right. And to answer the question for I believe oh, I'm sorry, I might have forgotten her name. Heather. Heather, unfortunately, this will be the only one for today, the only ATI that we're doing for today. I spoke to the ambassador. So,
Okay. Because I just saw a message from somebody else. That's why I was in my
oh, okay.
notification. I was just checking.
All right, good question, good
All
question.
right.
All
Thanks.
right, so here you go onto ATI and you'll see all, right, the internet is a little slow here, y'all. Okay. So, like I was saying, you'll go onto ATI, and what we saw previously, you'll see all that mambo jambo. Um, you really just want to focus on the login part, okay? So I'm pretty sure all of you guys have your ATI accounts already. So you go to I'm a nursing student, and it will let you log in. It should let you log in. And then from there, a login, your username, and your password will pop up, and you'll be able to take it from there. All right. So it will then take you to the home screen. The home screen, you'll have your recent activity over here. It's a dedicated area to just show you what you're doing, the tests that you've been taking, practice tests. Your grades will also be here from exams that you've taken, proctored exams, and also just exams that you take at home. I mean, if you're trying to get through nursing school, you should most likely be doing modules at home and doing the tests that come alongside it, and all of those results will pop here. Also, after you've taken the exam, such as like a proctored exam or specifically those ATI exams that you take towards the end of your semester, there should be reviews under each and every single one of them. So you can click on the assignment. I don't have one right now, but you can click on it and you'll be able to see what you did wrong so that you can go over and study. It will give you your own personalized module and highlight the things that you do need to work on. All right, everyone with me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay,
Yes.
perfect. So at your post, over at your post, hold on, which should be in the home screen. Ooh, sorry, it's taking a bit. Okay, hello. It's getting a little slow. All right. Oh, that's a little interesting. So, it's very odd. Perhaps if I don't want to get signed out and have to do that whole thing again. Okay, well, then I'll give you guys the explanation, and if we could go back so I can show you what it looks like, we'll do that. So the ATI Pulse is a predictive analytic tool that ATI uses. It basically tells you how well you're doing as far as like your classes, and it basically predicts your likelihood of passing the NCLEX, if that makes sense. You want to you want to have a good grade as far as the Pulse goes. Doing remediation and studying at home. And like I said, those remediations that you can do after you take like an ATI exam or a proctored exam, those can really help you in improving your post, thus improving your likelihood of passing the NCLEX and school, because you got to pass school before you pass NCLEX, right? All right. So, does anybody have any questions about the home tool? No questions? All right, all right. If you guys have any questions, you can just leave a message on the chat and I will answer those questions. All right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Right, right. Yeah, right. Okay. 1 second, guys. Uh, we ain't got no hackers in here, right?
No. I did not try to log in yet, but was it already sent to me?
Your login information?
Yes.
I believe I may be mistaken, but I believe your login information is actually your own personal like email and password. You just have to add your product. So once you add your product, which is the schools, then you'll be like assimilated with the school and all of the information and the module should pop up then.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. Yeah, so let's see if that post works now. Perfect. Okay, so as far as the post goes, you want to have a very high grade. Um Look at me. Look at me. So just in case I'm in the student council and my GPA is very good. Like y'all, it happens sometimes, and especially these Right. These exams are pretty difficult, so it happens. You can still be proficient and you can still Jeez. You can still be very well rounded. Just when you have these low grades or whatever the case may be, just remediate, go over what you got wrong, and you should prevail, okay? All right. Let's see. Now then, my ATI. So, in your my ATI, this is the meat. This is the meat and this is the potatoes and the stew. So, you have most of your resources in this area. So, okay, maybe I was going to do this a lot, I could tell. So, okay, maybe if I go, okay, there we go. All right. So, here you'll have all of your modules. You'll have things like okay. You'll have things like ATI student orientation. This really just helps you get an understanding of how ATI works. Um, how does this keep happening? Okay. Civility mentor, it really helps you be able to engage with your patients. And these modules, if you press down on modules, and this applies for every single one of those that you see that same prompt, you'll be able to start your course. As far as every single of these lessons and these modules, the date and the time that you spend on it is monitored. The date that you start on it and the time that you start on it is monitored. When professors give you an assignment, oh hey, blase blah needs to be done by this day, they're going to ask for the receipts of these modules, and they do give you a receipt of the modules. This will tell the professor whether or not you spent a acceptable amount of time on these modules, and letting the module run doesn't work because ATI stops counting at a certain point of you not moving or whatever the case may be, and it just shuts down. So be mindful of that. Um, be mindful of that. So yes, you have dosage calculation. This is going to be very important in things like pharmacology, which I believe for the new people, pharmacology is starting on the third semester. So yeah, this is going to be very important then, and it's also going to be very important in fundamentals because you're going to get a lot of I believe if you have Miss Zachariah, you're gonna have at least like five um dosage calculations in every single one of her tests. And those actually really help. If you just study dosage calculation, um, dosage calculation can be very hard for people, especially people that have not been to school in a while. Math can be like extremely difficult, and that's completely understandable. I promise you, dosage calculation will help you. Oh, it will help. Okay. So you can do those modules. There are a few. Um, and like I said, not your providers, your professors will give you assignments to complete and take the tests for these. And like I said, the results they pop up here for the ones that you do complete, the results will pop up there, all right? Okay. Now then, as we continue, you'll see a variety of different titles for these modules. You have the module overview, just tells you basically what you're going to be doing in these modules. Engaged adult medical surgical, they have modules there. What I will say is most professors, they'll ask you to do these modules or have them completed by like the end of the semester. I know that for anybody that's going to be taking Zachariah, Professor Zachariah, she does usually ask you to complete a certain amount of modules towards the end, right? What I will say is that these modules are just very important. Though you can get by studying the AMG Bride Space PowerPoints that they do provide for us, ATI goes so much more in depth. And don't forget, you're taking the ATI exam towards the end of your semester, and the ATI exam is ATI questions. It's not going to be worded the same way as like AMG would help you with the questions that they give on that website, and the wording might be a little different in comparison to AMG's the PowerPoints that your professor may be providing for you. So you want to make sure that you're in ATI. You want to make sure that you're in ATI. ATI also, if anybody doesn't know, also does help creating the NCLEX. So that wording of how I've taken the NCLEX already. I'm an LPN. That wording of how they speak, the formulation of the sentences, those all will help you. When you take that NCLEX, I promise you, you gonna be scared. It's either you're gonna be scared or you're just gonna be like, all right, let's get this over with. If I gotta cry, I'll cry later. Listen, but the point is that when you see the continuation of the way that the sentences are created, especially in the NCLEX, that helps calm your nerves. All right, perfect. So, like I said, um you'll see different You'll see different names for the modules. Is anybody taking fundamentals right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. I'm praying for y'all. Um.
With Zachariah.
Oh.
Zachariah.
Okay. Ha- okay. That's good. How are you guys liking it so far?
Well, it's new. It's new. Where
Hmm.
you know, only 1 day so far, so I'm not really sure, but we'll
Oh,
see.
okay.
We'll
It
see.
it gets better. It gets better. What I could definitely say is I work. Some people call it full time, some people don't. 32 hours, 4 shifts a week, and I also find time to go do other things. Just make sure you're given enough time uh, for school and these modules. And I promise you, they're long, but once you go over, and what works for me is that, right, what works for me is that once I go over a module, right, I will, I'll go over it the next day. And it really helps me solidify everything that I've learned because I have a tendency to take exams. I mean, not take exams, take a bunch of time studying, and then I move on to the next thing. And then by the time I come back, I'm like completely lost. I'm like, how did I forget all this stuff that I drilled into my head? Going over it adds that seal over what you learned, and it really keeps that in your brain. So the next day you're like, okay, so what did I learn yesterday? And that really helps you before you move on to the next chapter, because then it's like one thing in your ear and then it's gone by the time you come back. All right. How many hours a day would I recommend, and how many questions a day? Um, as far as hours to study a day, I would say a good hour 30, 2 hours. If you feel as though you've absorb a lot of info, because I there are some professors that I find that very much do work with me, feel like I grasp their information that they give. Particularly for me, med surge, Professor Andrews, it's like she's just very good for me. So I was able to study like a good 1 hour, 1 hour about every day. I feel like that's very good. It really just depends on the professor that you're having and whether or not you feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable, you got to study a lot more than you would if you don't feel comfortable with as like where you are in your ATI. All right. Um, there we are. So I'm sure you guys have seen a little bit of your modules, and I know that they do look a little bit overwhelming. With that being said, Zoom is not responding. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's fix that. Yeah. So though the ATI modules may look egregiously overwhelming, I can definitely say I am not here to give you any good news. Just kidding. No, they are a lot. The ATI modules are a lot. But what I will say is that once you have gone over the modules, it gives you a very thorough understanding of literally everything that they could possibly ask you. And to further that, I'm gonna go over the ATI book that they have, the online ebook that they have over here. Does everyone have their books yet? Their ATI books.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
No.
Oh no! Oh, ooh, ooh! Wait a minute.
Yeah, because I wasn't under the impression that we had to pay out of pocket for the thing. I thought it was included in the tuition. So now I have to do a couple side gigs to get the money for that.
Ooh, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's definitely a pretty penny. It's a pretty penny. Um, but I hope that all goes well. I can definitely say that the book is very good. If I have anybody in here that doesn't have a iPad or isn't like a tech person, the book is just as good. And it also has more questions in there than the module for the online book. Um, Okay. I just want to show you guys how to get there. But yeah, if you let's say some unforeseen circumstance, your dog pees on your books, you will be able to use an online version of your books, which I will show you momentarily. Yeah. So you'll be able to use an online version of your books. And yeah, it's very immersive, especially because of the fact that you have ATI AI. So what I realize is, especially when you get into pharmacology and all those learning things, pharmacology is a lot of it is learning, but review your account information. Wait a minute, now hold on. One of y'all are hacking me. All right. So what I realized is that when it comes to nursing school, especially early in your no, this will continue for the entirety of your time at AMG. Um, Using practice questions are very good. It's very helpful. And in the beginning of my time here at AMG, I used to use ChatGTP a lot to generate questions to help me just, improve. I would take the entirety. I would take the entirety of my ATI module, like the whole thing, and then I would just drop it in ChatGTP and tell them, make me blah, blah, make me 10 moderate to difficult ATI questions. And you can do this and it will genuinely help you. But the problem is that ChatGTP can be wrong. ChatGTP can give you an answer that isn't even correct. Though it rarely does happen, it can give you, and what you don't want to do is get an understanding from ChatGTP that is not correct, right? Is not the answer that we as nurses, especially, this is something that is accepted like pretty much internationally by nursing committees and things of that nature. This is what we want to abide by. So during your usage of these modules, hello? Wait, why is it not? Okay, there we are. Yeah. So during the usage of these modules, here we are. So it'll say the ebook. If you scroll down, you'll see ebook, review modules, 2023 RN or PN, whichever one. Mm-hmm. And, right. And you could just open up your book and get started. I um I don't know if I wanted to click into there because I don't know if the internet will let me click into there. Like it's making it seem like it's gonna say yeah, but I think we're gonna be here till 2027. So but the point is that once you go into these modules, you can search up for what you're looking for, whether it be fundamentals, you go there and you search for the chapter that you're looking for, and there should be a pop-up on the side of like a sort of like a little icon. I believe it's of a lady, and she is basically your best friend. Like she's your chat GTP. You can ask her, why is this the way that it is? Why does this disease process work this way? Why wouldn't we do this X, Y, and Z? You can ask them like you would genuinely ask a professor. There we are. It's not responding. Okay. Yeah, you can ask them as though you would ask a professor, and they'll give you answers that abide by what ATI prohibits, and the answers are actually genuine. Her name is Claire. AI for ATI. Yes, her name is Claire. Oh, doesn't seem to be working. Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see where I'm at right now? In the loading screen?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, unstable internet. Okay. All right. So maybe if I go over here. Yeah. So while we wait for this to load, does anybody have any questions for me? I don't know how much I want to keep doing that.
No.
Okay. Um, does everybody here know how to pay for their ATI?
No,
I
I don't have
actually
the code for
I
the
tried.
1199.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Like
Go ahead.
I had tried going on the website just to see like how to do it, and I tried putting in the student code, and they kept giving me back an error.
Your student code was an error?
Yeah.
They've
Hmm.
From
sent
the
like
many.
multiple different notices. I don't know if they changed the code like a couple times, but it's really confusing.
Did they send you guys multiple codes?
Yeah. Well, multiple
Yeah.
notices,
Oh,
And
okay.
like a lot of
I've like the
announcements.
1199 students, I don't know what like the product code is because like it's still directing me to pay when I'm not supposed to pay because I'm with 1199.
All right. Okay. All right. So you guys, there will be times where you have to basically like troubleshoot and inquire to professors. As far as that goes, I don't know your guys's cohort. I don't know your guys's information that you would put in there, but I can show you where to go. Contact Jennifer for 11.99. Oh no, you should contact Jennifer if you're having issues as far as like the ATI and the payment. But for 11.99, you need to contact Miss Green. Miss Green is in library. She's in the library upstairs, third floor. So 11.99, Miss Kamisha Green. You're right. You should not be paying right for 11.99 if you 11.99. So you contact Miss Green. She can help you navigate through it. And with general question about payment, Jennifer, I put her email in the chat. She just came back from maternity leave, so she's just like this is her first day back. So, but she knows exactly where to go and how to pay for it if you have any troubles. Um, but your cohort and your payment kind of code it should be posted on your fundamental class, like in your announcement. I can so in your AMG, I'm sure you guys, since you guys have seen this, it will show you on your AMG, like there will be a red letters of what your payment information is supposed to be and what exactly you put in there. Have you guys seen that?
Oh, I'm not too sure.
All right. Let me
I have,
see. Hmm.
sorry, I have a question. Um, do I still speak to Miss Green if I work for the union, but I'm not in the CPT program? Do I still speak to her
Yeah,
regarding
you
that?
should inquire to her because that goes farther than what we're able to help you with, I would assume.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, why is it doing this? Okay. Yeah, but as far as 1199 goes, you guys really want to make sure that you're on top of that because that can hold your progression in the school. You want to make sure that you're squared away as far as that goes.
Okay.
How often do they pay for 1199? It's every like other semester, right?
Yeah, like it's same 1199 pays for cohort.
No, for people that aren't 1199.
Oh, every like 4 times. It's 4 payments.
Oh, okay, because I know we didn't do it last semester, but I think we're doing it this one.
Right. So we
Okay,
have
all right. So there's
it's just a one. Yeah, yeah.
okay, one of them is all right. Yeah. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so you would go to profile and wait, hold on. Let me make sure.
Invite me.
Which is
Yeah, my yeah, in profile, right? Yeah.
goes.
Oh, so it's not the what you're putting in there is wrong, is what you're saying, right?
A payment code.
Yeah, the payment code they gave you.
Payment code.
All right, so like I was saying, so you guys, in order to do this payment, you would go to profile.
Yeah.
If it would let me. You'll go to profile, then you'll go to
Yeah.
my purchases, and then you will put in your information as far as that goes. So you would put your payment code, the class, and that should all be in that AMG text that they send you. So if it's not working, then it's probably a issue as far as like the code is incorrect, or you're putting in the wrong code for your cohort. So you want to make sure that you're using the proper code for yourself, and you also want to make sure that yeah, it applies to the class that you're taking. All right. Over here will tell your institution, your billing, like as far as like what credit card you have there, your demographic, like, you know, mm, y'all know what I mean. So, um, okay. Alrighty. Let's see. I'm so sorry y'all
It's just so slow.
for the lag. Okay. So, all right. So you have skills modules over here. During nursing school, you're gonna have to do skills. They'll personally send you at least for like fundamentals. You guys will have you guys will have skills that you need to do during your labs or your simulations, and they're gonna give you a video that they approve of that you can use to help you do those, but you can also use ATI. ATI will show you how to do all of these enteral tube feedings, Foley's, things of that nature. It'll show you. So you can use those because at the end of the day, you're going to be doing it in real life as well. Things that are going to require sterile technique that can really help you. Um, so does anybody have any questions? Does anyone feel as though there's something that they want to go over? Anything of that nature? No? Okay. All right. Nursing knowledge. Um, nursing concepts, priority settings. This is really just like the backbone, the structure of nursing. This will really just help you as far as answering questions. You need to have clinical judgment to answer questions correctly. So I would advise you do these. There's a beginner and a, uh, more advanced test for those as well. Sometimes when ATI gives you questions, they'll have two very good answers, but you'd want to prioritize the better one. So nursing judgment can really help with that. Yes, Ivan?
Hi. So I had joined the call a little late. I'm getting used to seeing everything that you guys are showing right now. How do we access the platform for 1199 students? I don't know if you guys mentioned this already.
Yeah.
I believe you. Mhm.
For those questions, can you go to library? Miss Kamisha Green, she is in charge of 1199 students.
Okay.
So those are questions for her. You can always email her k.green@amg.edu.
Oh,
Okay.
But this is Carlene for 1199. Yes. Well, yeah, Carlene. Carlene's gonna be the one who works for 1199 for the payment. So yes, that's your social worker, right? So yeah.
perfect.
But for payments and stuff and ATI access, that's Kamisha Green. Here working in a library.
Yeah, she's on the third floor. If you guys inquire about anything, she could help you as far as 1199 goes.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. So now that we pretty much wrapped that up, um, you have your case studies here. This will help you get a understanding of your craft, and it will also help you gauge to see if you're able to use your knowledge in practice as well. Um, Different lab values, patients come in with different symptoms, whatever the case may be, and those case studies can really help you. Now you can go on to assessments. Matter of fact, I want to see if I can do that. No, I'll see afterwards because I don't want it to start lagging on me. So if you go to assessments, this is where your tests are going to be. Well, the ones that are proctored or the ones that you could take at home, but they're different tests. The other tests that you can take in the learn section, they're more so for your own benefit or for an assignment that you're given, whether that be going over modules and then taking an exam, the exam that's associated with that module there. That's pretty much different. Unless your professor tells you you need to do this for an assignment and there is a certain passing grade that you need to have, that's different. Also, I would go over with your professor whether or not you can take XYZ modules because sometimes it will be a module that needs to be given with an assignment, like as an assignment, and those grades may apply to whether or not you get your points. So you just want to make sure, excuse me, professor, I'm just inquiring about whether or not I can take this, do this module, take the test for this module. So just make sure that your professor, you and your professor are on board as far as that goes. Um, okay. Any questions for the learn section? No? Okay. So you'll have your practice assessments. Your practice assessments are basically, actually, I will say, as a student, wait, hold on. Perfect. As a student, I will definitely say that these practice assessments are so like the questions are completely different, except for maybe one might be like similar or whatever. But these practice assessments are like spot on usually of what your grade is going to be with that ATI that you're going to take. So you make sure you're on that practice, and you make sure you're doing good with them. And also, they at times give you some points if you take the practice assessment as well. But I will tell you, every time I've done one of these practice assessments, my grade from ATI was like, it was only like a point difference from what it was, right? So be mindful. Okay. So you'll have your results as well, and there you'll be able to take a look at what you needed to work on, whatever the case may be. Um, let's see. So your proctor's assessments, sorry, those will be the ones that you take in school. So when you're in school, and I know you guys have not taken your exams yet, most of you guys, so if you're new, you'll be asked to bring your ID, um, and all your personal things need to be away from the desk, no water bottles. Yeah, it has to be clear. You'll be using a computer that is provided by the school, and you'll basically have to um, do a few steps like showing the room. It'll prompt you to do everything, but it will prompt you to show your room. It'll prompt you to show the ID and everything like that, and then the screen will lock, and then your test will begin. So just to give you guys a little understanding of how that works in a on a like a test day. Um, so like we spoke about earlier, you can go on the results of these modules that you take, or like these tests, sorry, and it will basically give you a rundown of like how you were doing, what you were lacking in, and then it will give you your own personalized little special module that you can do on your own to just help you get a better understanding. And that'll just help you towards the end, because why? You're gonna take that ATI, you're gonna take that capstone, and you're gonna take that NCLEX. So you want to make sure that you're well rounded. Now then, we can go on to dynamic quizzing. This is your best friend. So dynamic quizzing, we have standard quizzes. These are ones that are already prepped for you. Um, they can really just help you get a good understanding of what you're in. This helps if like you're in one class and you only really care about one subject to do. But these are very good. What I find to be more helpful though, and what a lot of students tend to find more helpful, is dynamic quizzes. Now, dynamic quizzes, you can genuinely just make your own personalized exam. People that are doing very good in my classes, those are the people that do dynamic quizzes like extremely often. Um, they do dynamic quizzes, they do chat GTP questions, they do all around. But just be mindful again, the chat GTP questions can sometimes be misleading. Um, all right, so here's the dynamic quizzes. I will say I do not use it very often, but hey. So, but to each their own. So it has a certain amount of, I can't even see. It has a certain, can I put this down? Oh, okay, I can make it smaller. Okay, there we go. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah, so it has a certain amount of questions, a lot of questions, that it can ask you, and it has questions, it tells you the questions that you've answered. Which is not a lot for me. But yeah, these will help you. You can do a quiz, you can do a custom quiz, or you can do a regular quiz where it makes it for you. Now, if you go on to new custom, it will basically give you all of your options. So you can take, so you can do things like studying, and answers and explanations available during the quiz. So usually when you answer a question, I know certain people like this, you answer a question and you get your answer immediately, like right back. These are good, but they're not as similar as to what you would get on an exam or the NCLEX or on ATI. All right. Adaptive cat. Now these are a lot better. The only problem though is for people that don't like not seeing their answers right after every single question. Um, this will be a hard one for you, but it's more so like what you'll see on your exam. This one as well. Ooh, sorry. It's shown on your performance metrics, which is very good for you. Um, so yeah, you can scroll down and you'll see the subjects you can pick. If you only want to do a few subjects and you're not trying to do the entirety of the entire world, you can go to clear and then you can pick the difficulty of what you're looking for. They also have next gen questions, which is like case studies and things of that nature, traditional, which is like multiple choice, and SATA, which is select all that apply, or you'll hear people say SATA. Um, Now, yeah, so you could pick hard questions, you could pick moderate, whatever you're looking for. Now, if you're new into a subject or you want to just put your toes in the water, you could do easy, whatever the case may be. And then you just pick adult med surge, communication, fundamentals, gerontology, whatever the case may be, whatever class you're in, whatever you're looking for. If you want to go back, if you're in if I'm in mental health right now and I want to go back and I want to go to, let's say, uh med surge, right? I can pick med surge. Ooh, wait a minute, hold on. I can pick med surge, pick the difficulty of my questions, and decide how many questions I want, right? So let's say I prefer when I do these, doing more than 10 kind of fries my brain. So at a time. So I do that. I prefer to do study. I like study. But whichever one you prefer, you can pick. So you can do adaptive or you can do test, right? So then you just add your little name, or you can leave it the way that it is. You can make it timed or untimed. Some people have difficulty with finishing their tests at the appropriate time or the time that is allotted. So putting it on a timed amount or a timed mode can really help you as far as like finishing on time. Okay. Now you could, what? All right, so now you can do the NCLEX board exam. It's a full simulation. It really just gives you the a vibe of like what you're gonna be getting in sorry in in your um in your NCLEX exam. Um, and it's just very good for you, especially when you're done with school. You can use this, and when you're in school, when you're doing your capstone, when you're doing your capstone, you're going to be reviewing over mostly everything. So this will help you a lot. People that perform well in school, they tend to use this a lot. Though it is time consuming to be doing um, tests and tests, even though it's not required, it is very beneficial. Any questions? No questions. All righty. So that's the dynamic quizzes. Um, and you'll be able to go over, see what you got wrong. It will give you your rationale at the end of your questions. If you are correct and if you are wrong, the rationale is still there. And that really just helps you get a better understanding of like what it is that you're doing. Um, okay. Now then, now then. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. Whoever's mic that is, do you mind turning that down for me, please? All right. So at your capstone, this is what you're going to be using during your, I believe, well, for me, my third semester. These will really just be like revising over everything that you've learned and just making sure that you are at an acceptable amount. You have an acceptable amount of knowledge to proceed with
I'm
your.
sorry, Cammy, your mic is a bit muffled now.
Oh, wait, hold on. Can you hear me?
Still sounds the same. I'm not sure if I'm the only one going through this issue.
Hmm. All right, hold on.
No, I heard it also.
Oh, okay. So hold on. All right, can you guys hear me? Good.
Yes.
Better. Yes, thank you.
Perfect. Now then, okay, so yeah, so you have your NCLEX prep. This is what you're going to be using towards the end of your school. This is what you're going to be using towards the end of the tournament. This is what you're going to be using when you see the light, okay? When you're prompted to use this in school, you know that you're almost there, okay? So this will help you. I believe there's an allotted amount of time that you're able to access this after school. I'm not certain, but I believe there is an allotted amount of time and eventually it closes down. So be mindful of that. Um, and then you have your flashcards. Oh, this is your Claire. She will be on the top right. It may depend on your settings, but she will be on the top right of all of your modules that you're taking. Not on your test though. You're not that lucky, but yeah, she will be there and she can help you as far as getting a better understanding in what you are taking. Yeah, this is very good. Weak areas for my last assessment. Recent modules I have studied, things like that. She'll give you flashcards and you could do them. I promise you, very helpful. Okay. Now then, I feel like personally, ATI gives you such amazing resources. You have an AI, a personal AI that you can use that is from them. It has all the information from ATI personally. It can't lead you anywhere wrong. It really just depends on whether or not you're using the resources that they give you. You have AI, you have several modules, you have skills, you have modules on modules on modules, you have the modules from the Learn, you have the dynamic quizzes that you can do. So it's just a matter of whether or not you're using these resources. And then you also have AMG, those PowerPoints that are very helpful. All right. So these learning templates, very good. If you're in pharmacology, you can use the medication. It will ask you for adverse reactions. It will ask you for the medication name, the prototype, the drugs that fall under that class, the classification of said drug. I won't open up every single one of them because, as you guys can see, the internet is a little scary over here. But um, yeah. So the expected pharmacological action, and mind you, when you guys take farm, knowing that really helps you with everything else. If because learning everything, like every drug causes like GI distress and like drowsiness or whatever. So just knowing the pharmacological action really helps you like understand or like be able to pull it out more easily of like, oh, so it should cost this or whatever the case may be. But yeah, these are very helpful. Like these are genuinely very helpful for you. So and this is not only for pharmacology, you can do this. There are other templates for other classes. So be mindful of that and use all these resources. They're crazy. Very good. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All righty. So Mm-hmm. All right. So as far as that goes, you guys now know, and then your results will be over here. As far as like you'll be able to see your ATI Endrix exam results here. Everything that you've ever done will be here, and you can also do go to help if you're having any issues as far as like navigating ATI or if ATI is down. There will be times that ATI is down. They will let you know in like the first page of ATI when you go in to log in, they'll let you know that they're having like service operations or something like that, that it'll be down. And they tell you prior. They tell you like days prior. So you can schedule your week around that. All right. So if anyone has any questions, just to go over and do a quick recap before I let you guys be free. Um
Is this
your
recorded? Can I access this like anytime?
what?
The whole session that you did.
I believe that they are recording it. Yes, so you should be able to access it. Let me see. I believe Martina will tell you guys how to access it. Um, Martina, if you could just write it in the chat. But yes, so home activity, recent, home activity, home screen, recent activities, everything you've done. This is also where you can go to click and try to go over the modules, not the modules, the tests that you've done and do a review or like remediation and things of that nature. Add your product code. That's how you get into your school. Essentially, your post is basically your um, predictor. It's like basically, it basically tells you what's your percentage or your likelihood of passing your NCLEX or school. Um, I believe they want you to remain above a 90 or maybe a 95. But yeah. Your my ATI is where you have those modules, skills modules, where you have your modules for class that you can do. If you're going over GI drugs in farm, go to farm made easy, and then you'll be able to see on the module, you'll see cardiac, you'll see respiratory, you'll see up, down, left, right, center, side, and then you'll also see GI all the way at the bottom. Might not be at the bottom, but hold on, let me see. You'll see cardiac, you'll see hematologic, reproductive, endocrine, immune, pain and inflammation, infection. Where is GI? Oh, gastrointestinal. Yes. So you'll see these. Look for your, and it will have all of the information, everything that they get from the modules, not the modules, the lessons that they give on AMG Brightspace, especially for nursing classes, a lot of them come from ATI. A lot of them come from ATI. Your professors make them from ATI. So go to ATI will give you a much larger grasp on what you do need to learn, and yeah, it will aid you. If your book is lost or you're out on the train and you just know that you don't want to bring a heavy book with you. You don't want to bring a heavy book with you alongside everything else that you bring. Take a few screenshots of your module on your iPad or take a few screenshots on your phone, whatever the case may be, and read on the way. It's very beneficial for you. Skills modules, those can aid you a lot as far as learning how to do those things and being proficient in your skills. Um, your exams, like we said, they'll all be here in your learn and in your results. That's where you'll see them, your active learning templates. This is all you guys, this is all your personal stuff. Some teachers, I know in fundamentals you are going to use your active learning template at some point, especially I believe towards the end. But you guys want to be mindful of the fact that you have these resources here, so just use them. I'm sure you guys will do that. You guys are phenomenal. Um, so yes, your assessments, that's where you'll have all of your exams, your upcoming exams, the proctored A and B that your professor will usually give you a good a nice amount of points for completing. So it's points. So it's good. It might not be 20 points, but hey, what can we say? So yeah, those will be where those are. And if you have any inquiries about what you did wrong or what you need help with, you can go on result and it will show you those things. And it'll also give you your own personalized little um, module. And then you have your dynamic quizzes. In your dynamic quizzes, like we said, the dynamic quizzes can be very helpful for you, especially if you're in a class that you're not doing too well in. Let me do 30 dynamic quizzes a day. You're good. You're still good. If you do 30 dynamic quizzes a day and you're doing your studyings as far as that class goes, and then you're doing your I'm sorry. And then you're doing your, I'm trying to go up there, your active learning templates. Nobody could do you any harm. You're good. All right. Your NCLEX prep, you'll have you're gonna be doing that towards the end of your program. And like we said, they do have an NCLEX type option in the dynamic quizzes. We know that there is a study type of option where you can do it and have your answers right afterwards. There is a quiz type of option and there is a test type of option. It's all to your preference. Some of them have more, they emulate an exam that you will take in school and in the NCLEX, those are the ones that are like the tests. And those are the ones that aren't going to give you the answer right afterwards. But it's up to you. The quizzes, the study version is still very good as well. But I would definitely recommend to everybody if you can do and you know what, we're all human beings. Sometimes we are not going to do 50 exams every day. And hey, I don't expect you to do that. To realistically speaking, we all got personal lives. But if you could go do a nice little 20 questions, even when you're like extremely tired, you do a nice little 20 questions, 10 questions in the morning, 10 questions in the nighttime. You know, just try to keep yourself active and try to keep your brain going over all the stuff that you have learned so you're not forgetting things. So yes, dynamic quizzes are very helpful. NCLEX prep towards the end. And then the flashcards, you have your own personal beautiful, you see how beautiful she is? You have your own personal little AI that will help you as far as what you have to work on. You can ask them for your weak areas. This will help you so much. So you're not going over the same stuff that you're like, okay, I already know this. You're wasting time. You can go over the things that you genuinely do need to learn. And hey, if they say, oh, so and so is incorrect or whatever the case may be, you can go back into that module and you can revise all of the information that you've learned there. So, like we said, you go to profile, right? You go to profile and I don't think it's gonna let me, but you go to profile and then you go to not billing and shopping. You go to the other one. You go to, let me see, payment. I believe it's payment. Yeah, my purchases and payment. Once you go there, you'll be able to put in your information. As far as that goes, you have to speak to Miss Green up in the library. If you're doing this for a union or things of that nature, you want to make sure that you're going to the proper person because I don't know what your guys' I don't know what your guys' stuff is. But yeah, you go to my purchases and payments and then you put your information, you jot that down, and you'll be good. Like I said, y'all, if your professor tells you to do XYZ, make sure, wait, 12? If your professor asks you to do XYZ, you want to make sure that you're actually doing it and you're not just letting the computer run because the time is going to stop. And you want to make sure that you're doing it when it's due because when they ask for those receipts, the receipts are in there of the time that it was done. All right, guys? So that concludes the ATI review. But before we genuinely do conclude, I want to know if anyone has any questions as far as what we went over or just for the school in general.
I have a question.
Hmm.
So I logged onto my ATI. I'm not seeing any of it of this stuff. Do I have to wait?
Yeah, so you need to get your product code first. So in order for you to get into to have all this nice mambo jambo, you need to have your product code, which you'll get from, I believe, your professor. Martina, do you know where they'll get their product code from? But yes, you won't see anything until you jot in that product code. Because you're basically not in the ATI. like program. You're not in the school's ATI program without the product code.
Okay, do you know when or
Can you hear me from here?
yeah, because I'm
Is that
I'm a
Martina?
like
Yes,
CPT
me.
student, so
Okay,
I don't
perfect.
know.
Go
So
ahead.
if you go to your Brightspace, on your fundamental Brightspace, there was posted already the codes for each cohort, and you like RN, and LPN codes and cohort. So explore that. If you see your LPN or RN cohorts and your purchase code or whatever they call it, and that's what you should be able to plugged in
You
your
said going where?
Brightspace.
Like which one? The student portal?
No, no, no. The regular one that you go to with all your assignments and things of that nature.
I'm still go to notifications or something?
Yes, and on
So
our
yeah,
yeah.
Okay, so is it the same thing for CPT students?
So CPT students have to talk to Kamisha Green in library, and maybe also your social worker from 1199, because they have their own kind of ways to do it. I'm not sure what it is.
I'm sure. Wait, Martina, I think for the for the people that are in CPT, they're still in the same cohort. Like they should still be able to use that same ID.
Yes, but they're not paying it, right? So I don't know if the question was about paying it, or if yeah, I mean the same cohort, yes, but not paying it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Having access to the ATI.
Yeah, I believe it should be the same. If that's your classroom that you're in, and she posted that for you guys,
Mhm.
it should yeah. Then you jot that in, and then all your stuff should pop up. But I don't know if you'll have access to it until you pay. But like it'll all pop up. It'll just be gray.
Right, or until 1199 pay. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, until 11.99
yeah,
pays. I'm
yeah, yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The cohort should be the same. Yeah, yeah. So Vic,
Um,
Excuse me, I have a question. Good afternoon, everyone. Can
hi.
you hear me? Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Initially, this meeting was supposed to start at 3 p.m. because that was the information that I had. And I put my alarm at 3, but I saw it again now that it started at 2. So I have missed out a lot.
It's all right.
So,
I'm actually going to continue to do the because it was a very last minute thing where we switched the time, so I completely understand where people
Oh,
are confused. So
I thought something was wrong too. I came in, I see now 2 o'clock. I thought maybe I made the mistake. I had it for 3 as well. Okay. Good to
Yeah.
know.
okay, so I already paid, so something popped up, but I feel that it should be more than that. Do I still go ahead and add the product?
wait, something popped up. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Like I saw fundamental one, I saw maternity, even the course that I haven't registered for. So I saw a whole lot. Do I
Okay.
still need to add the product code? Add products?
So did you pay?
Yes, I made
Yeah.
payment this morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you should be able to see it and logged in. But
Yeah, you should be in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. What I'm saying is that after seeing all this, do I still have to add products? Like the code for product? Do I still have to add products?
No,
I
if
don't think
you
so. Yeah.
no, yeah, you already have access. You shouldn't have to.
Okay.
I
Everything came up like this. What I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, that's perfect. So you're in. You're in, you're good.
But if you have any questions about this, you can always ask Jennifer.
Yeah.
I put her
Oh, wait,
on the chat.
actually, sorry, you
Go ahead.
might be in there, but you might have to pay, like, you might still have a payment to make. If you go onto the profile and you put in the information that they gave you, just check to see if it has a history of being paid, because it might get closed out on you or something of that nature. So just prompt, inquire about that to your professor as well. Marcina, you could go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's probably exactly. Maybe it didn't go through, or maybe you have to have received. Did you receive the email with the receipt that you paid?
Yes, I did. What I'm saying is that right now, where your screen is right now, I have this. Then you see on your screen, you also have add a product and you provided product code. Do I still need to add the
No, you
product?
don't.
Okay.
That will always be there.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Um, so I'm sorry, what was your name? The The kind young
Mayo.
lady that was just speaking.
My
Maya?
last name is Mayo. Yes, Mayo.
Okay. Mayo. All right. So did you miss the what we had went over earlier? You missed that?
Yes, I just joined because I thought it was at 3.
Okay. All right. All right.
Also, I'm
So
gonna
for
post
every
this. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm gonna
go
post
ahead.
this on YouTube. I recording this, so I'm gonna post this on YouTube, and you will be able to go back and
Perfect.
forth to whatever Tammy was talking about. Okay, Cami, sorry,
I have
sorry, Cami.
Take
I
time.
have a question. Since you're gonna post it, I'm gonna go, but I do have a question. I know it takes a little bit for the books to actually come once you purchase ATI. Can we purchase it, like, let's say maybe a little bit before the semester starts where we need it so that the books can kind of be there by the time
You
class starts?
usually no, the books you'll get all of them at once.
Oh, I was told they don't come for like 4 weeks or like something like that, like for a
Well,
while
you
before.
pick it up in
Did
a
they change it?
in
Yeah,
a
you
reception.
pick it up at the front. Yeah, you
Yeah.
pick it up at reception, and it will be every single book that you'll need for the entirety of the program, all at
Oh, so
once
once we
in
pay
a
for it,
box.
it'll be ready for us already there.
Yes.
Yes, and then even if you need it, in if that were the case, you still have the online as well, right? So mhm.
And
Right, but it's
do the professors use other books, or they just use ATI books for
They
the?
use other books. Some professors use other books. What I will say though is that, well, I can't say that, but as far as me personally, I haven't bought any extra books from any other professor in a nursing program. So
Okay,
ATI is usually enough.
okay,
But like I said, if you're struggling or if you would like to improve your grade, using other resources is always good.
okay. Thank you so much.
Alrighty.
Sorry again. Excuse me. Sorry to bother you again. So, what's gonna be what we'll search for on YouTube to be able to access the the training? I mean, the ATI training.
recorded. Yeah, I put it on the chat. I put a link on a chat, but I
Oh,
will
okay,
make
okay.
sure when I post it, I will post it on also a link on a bright space.
All right. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining. Good luck on your guys's journey to becoming nurses. I'm sure you guys got it in the bag. If you guys need anything, if you have any questions as far as that goes, my name is Cami. I'm in the student council. Any inquiries, you can let me know and we can help you out. If you're having issues with school, you can go to Martina if you're having personal issues. She is very helpful as far as that goes. So you have us at your side to help you guys. All right.
Yeah,
Okay,
take
Thank
time
you.
learning. This is on you,
Thank you,
so
Cami.
take your time.
Mhm,
And
of course.
I want to say thank you, Cami, because you rocked. This was absolutely amazing.
Thank you. Of course.
Mhm.
All right,
okay,
guys.
guys. Thank
Thank
you.
Thank
you.
you, Cami. Thank you,
Thank
Martina.
you.
Okay.